Young life cut short in North Haven. A family in mourning tonight after a 16-year-old boy was hit and killed by a car while riding his bike. Hi, everybody. Glad you're with us tonight. I'm Darren Kramer.
I'm Sonia Baghdadi. A car hit the 16-year-old around this time last night. The driver stayed on the scene.
News 8's Allie Reed talked to the people in town today who are trying to come to grips with this news. She joins us live from News 8 Control. Allie?
Darren and Sonia, the boy went to North Haven High School. Yesterday was the first day of school there. Today was a very different day, one that started with a school-wide announcement that a junior student there had been killed.
16-year-old Connor Kusmit was reportedly biking home from Walgreens when he was hit and killed by a car on Clintonville Road. It happened around 5 o'clock last night. Many residents heard the crash.
The car screeching and then just the impact.
My boyfriend heard like a screech and a boom. So he said he looked out the window and some kid got hit. So I jumped out of my bed and I ran across the street and he was just laying on the ground.
She and others tried to help the 16-year-old, but it was too late.
Just unconscious and bleeding and everything. It was awful.
The driver of the car, she says, was hysterical.
It was just horrible. I felt so bad for her. She said there was nothing she could do. She tried to stop and she couldn't stop. The bike was in half. So one part was over there and then another part was over there. So he was pretty far from his bike.
The snacks Connor bought at the store remain at the scene, right by a rose left in memory of the boy who had just started his junior year of high school.
My little cousin goes to school with him. He actually yesterday sat next to him in class.
I heard it, I just thought it was a regular car accident. I didn't think it was a kid getting hit by a car and, passing away. So, it's like an eye-opener. Hopefully the kids will be a lot more careful.
Darren and Sonia, Connor was an honor roll student who was involved in many clubs and activities. We talked to the principal at North Haven High School. He said Connor was a bright, talented young man who was well liked. There are grief counselors on hand for both students and teachers. The principal says they'll remain at the school as long as they are needed during this difficult time. Darren and Sonia?